Good morning to all of you. Good morning as it is 7th of July 2020. Subject economics. Our today's topic is factors determining elasticity of demand. Previously we learned about the measurement of elasticity of demand under different dimensions. And today it is factors determining elasticity of demand. Now let us briefly enumerate the factors first. The factors which determine the elasticity of demand or nature of commodity. Number two is availability of substitutes. Number three is different uses of the good. Number four is postponement of the use. Number five is income of consumer. Number six is habits of consumer. Number seven is price level of the consumer. Number eight is time period of the consumer. Now let us have a brief description of these. So far as nature of commodity is concerned, goods fall under various categories. For example, we are having necessary goods, luxurious goods, and comfortable goods, and goods having different uses. So far as nature of good is concerned, here we may take cite example of matchbox and kerosene oil or seasonal vegetables. Their elasticity of demand is less than unitary, or we can say the demand is inelastic, because we are tend to purchase them whatsoever will be the price. They fall under necessary goods. Secondly, we are having goods like ACs, costly furniture, they fall under luxurious commodity, and their elasticity of demand is greater than unitary, because change in their price have a direct impact on their demand. And goods, comfortable goods like fans, transistors, etc., these have neither elastic nor inelastic demand. They are jointly demanded by the both communities. Then availability of substitutes. Substitutes, goods having more substitutes have goods having more substitutes have more elastic demand, whereas the goods having less substitutes have inelastic demand. For example, we are having tea and coffee, they are substitutable goods. If price of tea increases, consequently people will tend to prefer to purchase to take coffee instead of tea, common tea. So the demand is inversely, the price and demand here are inversely related, and their demand becomes elastic rather. So on the other hand, the substitutable goods, non-substitutable goods like liquor, cigarette, etc., they have no substitutable use and they have no substitutes available. Consequently, their demand will be inelastic, because people are bound to tend or bound to purchase them whatsoever will be their price. Then goods having different use. For example, electricity, we are having electricity at our disposal, but electricity is, we put it for different uses. If its tariff will all of a sudden increase, people will not hesitate in making use of electricity, but rather they will tend to restrict its use for some purposes, because its demand is likely to be inelastic for that very moment. And postponement of use. Sometimes a consumer tries to postpone the use of good for some unnecessary reasons. And income of the consumer also determines the price elasticity of the demand. Habits of the consumer also determines the price elasticity of the demand. And some price level of the consumer, price level of the good, both these things depict or directly or indirectly influence the price elasticity of demand. Time period also determines the elasticity of demand. So in short, we can say that the factors which determine elasticity of demand can be categorized as nature of commodity, availability of substitutes, different uses of the good, postponement of use, income of the consumer, habits of consumer, price level, and time period. In short, we can once again say that elasticity of demand for a good is not always, or it doesn't always remain same. It depends upon the nature of the commodity, upon the time, upon the substitute availability of substitutes, upon the use of good, upon income of the consumer, habits of the consumer. In short, so this much is enough for today. This much is enough for today. So, in short, we can say that elasticity of demand has now been rather determined by a number of factors. Okay.